Good afternoon, right? It's almost 5 o'clock. Yeah, good afternoon,
just
everyone.
about,
I am your host, Ivan Quesada. This is Artist on Artist, and I'm joined by the lovely Gerardo Quintana Bernal. I was literally just telling him how dope of a name that is. It took me a second to get it, but no, I for sure got it. But please introduce yourself
yeah.
and tell him what you do. And
So again, my name is Gerardo. I am a third-year undergraduate student.
Sick.
I'm studying lighting design in the Experience Design and Production part of the School of Theater. Part of kind of what I do on the regular, I guess, is focus a lot on the idea of storytelling and world building through lighting.
Sure.
And that goes as far as like describing like the actual like the physical world that we live in.
Yeah.
But also breaking more down as like how can light be used. I personally like to use light as a way to show off character and emotion.
Sure. Yeah.
Rather than like physical space.
Sure.
I think for me, thinking that way gives a lot more leeway to be more creative and more diverse when it comes to lighting.
Of course, yeah.
Which sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't.
Totally.
Sometimes you need to focus more on like the real, sometimes you need to focus more on the character. And that's kind of a balance I'm still working on.
Yeah, of course. This is what school's for.
Exactly,
you know what I mean? But I like to start off this interview by asking why. Like, why do you do this craft? Why lighting design? Why specifically for theater?
Yeah.
You know, just why? If you have that answer.
Yeah.
Please.
It's a bit of a weird question for me because I kind of fell into it.
Right. Okay, that's interesting.
A lot of people I know, they were kind of like, they already did it before. They had already had that experience working on it. But it was just kind of something I fell into.
Sure.
When I came to this school, I actually applied first, more planning to go into like scenic and prop making.
Okay. Sick.
That was something I was already, something I already knew I knew how to do.
Yeah.
I was already pretty good at it.
At scenic?
Scenic,
Sick.
yeah.
Because we're Mexican, huh?
But a lot of that was like that prop making because I did that. We did that a bit in high school.
Yeah.
I had my school had a very small theater. So we didn't really have a lot of like leeway to do like, you know, big shows. We didn't really do props for shows other than like what could be easily bought or we already had.
Right.
But my teacher, really great, he would have like 2 times a semester, or like half year, I guess.
Yeah.
He would have us do like these design projects.
Mm-hmm.
And we got to choose between either designing a set.
Mm-hmm.
Like it's like when designing set, like designing the set and like the theoretical theater it would be in.
Okay.
So like fully designing like a whole set.
Like a design project with no budget.
Pretty much, yeah.
Right. Okay, that's
So,
cool.
like,
Yeah, I
design
did
a
that. I
set.
did that at UCSD. It was cool.
Yeah, like design a set for a show of your choosing.
Yeah.
Design 3 costumes. And like if you can bring like the like fabric swabs.
Okay, sick.
Or make one prop.
Fire.
Like one like working prop, right?
I need to correct myself though because I said design a project with no budget. I meant unlimited budget.
Yeah.
Is that what more? Yeah.
Pretty much, yeah.
Okay,
Yeah,
sick.
So that was kind of like how I got into theater craft because I'd been doing a lot of art classes up till then.
Yeah.
And then it wasn't until like 8th grade that I was like, sure, I'll go into theater.
Okay.
Which was weird because that was the pandemic year.
Oh,
that was the year.
Your 8th grade was 2020?
My 8th grade was 2020.
That's crazy.
So I was doing theater online.
Oh, wow.
Which was weird.
I'm sure it was. I remember my online theater experience. Yeah, it was not it.
It worked, but it was weird.
Yeah.
And then we eventually moved to like actually being able to be in person. And then like the following year, like by 9th and 10th grade, we were like fully in person.
Okay, fire.
So by those years, I was actually starting to be in and around people working on it. And I kind of got into it more from the performance side of it.
Sure.
I wasn't too knowledgeable. I wasn't too aware of too much of like the theater craft of it.
Right, of course, especially in high school.
Exactly, yeah. So I was doing more for a performance part, but as we started doing like these design projects, I kind of started picking up like, hey, I'm actually like I'm pretty good at like doing this stuff, like building these ideas, and I got a lot of help doing it. I wouldn't do it alone. Like,
right.
My mom would help me a lot because she actually has a lot more construction experience.
Okay, your mom?
My mom.
Okay, sick.
She has a lot more experience when it comes
to
ask
you about that
building and putting things together.
Okay, sick, yeah.
So she would help me a lot with these projects.
Sick, okay.
And I would just kind of go crazy with it.
Yeah. Unlimited budget is
Unlimited budget's
insane
pretty
for
fun.
sure. Yeah,
Yeah. I actually wouldn't do a lot of the sets. I would focus on the props though, 'cause
Okay,
I like
okay,
making
fire,
props.
fire,
So that's
fire.
what I would usually
Sick.
do.
So that's like the
Uh,
origin of you like tapping into this craft
yeah, like the idea of theater
of like
craft.
scenic specifically.
Yeah, yeah,
And
yeah.
how did
Like,
that lead you then to lighting?
uh, well, like kind of that pipeline was it was something I wanted to do, and then when I
Yeah.
started looking at colleges, I
Uh-huh.
started looking like, okay, well, what do I want to study that I feel like would make me like actually happy and enjoy
Right,
stuff, right?
totally.
Like my family has a history of architecture, so I was like,
Okay,
that's something
cool.
sounds pretty cool.
Yeah,
But I'm a very hands-on person. I like
for sure.
working with
Oh,
things.
for sure. Yeah,
Planning is fun, and I can't
Of
do
course.
it. I just like working.
yeah.
So we started.
I understand that really well.
Yeah. So then we started looking at like, oh, maybe industrial design, because
Okay.
that's kind of more of that situation. Industrial
Right.
design is more like you're designing and building something for a purpose.
Right.
So that kind of like industrial design is more like how do you build like a case for something? How do you build like
Sure.
stands for something? Like
Sure.
more of a utility
Right.
tool
Like how do
or
you build
object.
things that are like helpful for
Exactly.
humanity?
Yeah.
I guess.
Yeah, exactly. And we started looking, and then eventually we literally Googled like best industrial design schools.
Oh shit. Okay.
And we just kind of like started going down the list.
Yeah.
Otis came up, which is pretty
Okay.
close by here. And with that list, I think even like above Otis, came up CalArts.
Oh wow.
CalArts came up as like
As an
like, one of the
industrial. Wow.
yeah, like as one of like the best design schools.
Okay. Yeah.
So that is like, oh, sure, why not? Like that's like a really famous school. It's a Disney school. That's
Right,
like
yeah.
how I got into it. Like
Of
that's how
course.
I knew about
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
So I was like, oh, sure, why not, right?
Yeah.
So one summer, I think like just before junior year, I think it
Mhm.
was junior or right before senior year. Me and my family, we were kind of traveling. I think we were going to pick up or visit my sister who was studying in Portland at that
Okay.
time.
Fire.
Um,
Where were you living before this? Like what?
Uh,
Like where was high school?
Tucson, Arizona.
Oh yes, that's
That's
right.
where
That's right.
yeah, that's where I
Tucson,
kind of grew up.
Arizona. Wow.
Yeah. So we were traveling, and during these travels, we were like, well, we're traveling, we're going in that direction anyway. Let's just stop by some of these
Stop by.
schools.
Yeah.
So we took an Otis tour, which is pretty cool. Otis
Cool.
is a pretty cool school.
I've never even heard of that school, but
It's pretty good. They are an art school. Like they're
Okay.
an art school too.
cool.
They're a little less focused on like experimental
Yeah.
works like CalArts is.
Yeah.
They're more focused on it's kind of like what's the name of like those programs like you learn it to get a job.
Like I know what you're talking about. Like a blue collared, but it has a name.
Yeah, like but you know those programs like you're learning.
I know what
how
you're
to-
talking
Yeah,
about.
like you're going to school to learn how to do this job.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
It's like
I'm totally
that.
blanking on the name, but I know
Yeah,
what you're
yeah,
talking about. Yeah.
It's like one of those, but for art.
Okay.
So you're
sick.
learning art and design for practical purposes, like
yeah.
to build a business. So instead of
Yeah.
like some of the
Trade
programs we
school.
have, trade school. So like and over there they have kind of like they have a toy design class, they have a game design
Interesting.
class. They do have like a fashion design class,
Sick.
but it's not like costuming for like
Right.
for like theater or
for like a
film.
production. Yeah.
It's fashion design for like models,
Okay.
like a
Fun.
fashionista design.
Like Macy's or Old Navy or something like that.
Yeah. Or even like like runway shoot stuff.
Sure,
So
sure,
like
yeah,
that's
yeah.
more of like where that school kind of led to. And,
Okay.
like that's cool.
Oh yeah.
And
of
I found it
course.
pretty nice. It just didn't feel 100% right yet.
Right. Totally.
And then we went to CalArts, and
Sure.
it kind of like just kind of
you
swept
kind
the
of
floor.
just fell
It's
in
like,
love.
oh,
Yeah.
no, this is kind of the place.
Yeah.
And we talked with one of the tour guides. Yeah, so like I want to go into industrial design. Like how does
Sick.
that kind of work? And they're like, well, we don't have industrial design here. We do have experience design and production, school
Yeah.
of theater, which is more based around the idea of like how do you design things for
Wow.
like practical uses, but more for like the magic of it, right? Not,
Right.
like actual stuff.
Oh.
It's like
For the magic of it. That's a good way to put that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
um.
That's
So
cool.
like yeah, so that happened. I applied to CalArts. CalArts was pretty much actually the only school I seriously applied to.
Yeah.
As a part of my high school, because of my high school's how it works, to graduate we have to be at least accepted into 1 4-year university.
Really? Oh, that's
Yeah.
interesting.
So to kind of get that out of the way, I applied to the U of A, the University of
sure.
Arizona, because it was like a kind of a simple choice. My
Yeah.
school is it had an accelerated education.
Sick.
So like I was always ahead of years,
Yeah.
so it wasn't really too much of a struggle to
That's
get into the
interesting.
University of Arizona. Which like granted, the U of A already has pretty
Yeah.
pretty
Of
good
course.
standards.
It's a good school.
It's a good school. So I got accepted into that one, but in terms of like which one I actually like really wanted to
Yeah.
apply to
It was here.
was here.
Yeah.
And I got it.
That's funny
which
that you
was
say
awesome.
that because I did the same thing when I flew to Chicago for my auditions. Because have you heard of the ERDAs?
I think so.
So yeah, so it's like the general auditions.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, so I got called back by 3 schools CalArts was one of them.
Nice.
And I flew to Chicago just to audition for CalArts. Like I didn't care about any of the other schools.
Yeah.
But then it was cool getting accepted to the other ones. But I was like, no, dude.
Yeah,
this is where I'm
yeah.
going.
And like, yeah, I was looking at other school, but it was CalArts was really like put all the eggs in this basket
Literally.
and just pray to God.
Yeah.
And
No,
I gotta-
literally, yeah, same. That described my experience.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
That's funny.
then cut to me at CalArts.
Yeah.
I'm a student here. When you're a BFA 1 in XDP, or experience design production, that's how we shorten it.
Experimental
Experience
design production. That's the name of the
Yeah.
focus. Okay, I like
that name kind of comes from because we don't like even why it's called that instead of like just theater tech or theater design is because we're not just learning how to design for theater. We're learning how to design for experiences.
Right.
So that includes theater.
Of course.
We have a big focus on theater because
Of
it is the
course.
theater school.
Yeah.
But that branches out to anything that could require design.
Of course.
Like we have themed entertainment. Actually, we have a themed entertainment program.
Yeah.
We have interactive design, which is which like even goes into like the VR world and digital worlds.
Oh wow.
We have classes like not dedicated programs, but we have classes based around like architecture and like more artistic pieces using these projects. So like it's
all
not
that's
just
important to building something for a stage.
Yeah.
You know?
And we learn all these things in case that's a path we want to go down.
For sure.
But we also learn those in the way to how do we bring those contexts back into theater.
Right.
So it's all kind of connected and it's very wide.
Cool.
It's a very wide shot.
That is so cool.
Yeah. So I started doing this, and in my program, because of that kind of openness in design that this school takes, we're actually not required to select which métier we want to do until our second year.
Oh, interesting.
So when you're
you
like
just got to play around the first year. Yeah, that's cool.
As a matter of fact, the first year we have they're like these 6-week classes called foundation labs.
Okay.
So we just do these 6-week classes, like a couple of them the first half of the semester, a couple of them the second half of the semester.
Yeah.
And you just do all these like shorter classes as a way to kind of like dip your foot into everything.
That's awesome.
Yeah. And as a part of that, I signed up for the seminars.
Okay.
Which are like these weekly like class meetings where we just talk about like how are the shows going.
Sure.
Any like developments in the design world.
Yeah.
And my first year semester, I signed up for the sound design seminar, which was cool. But then my second semester, I signed up for the lighting design seminar.
Okay, here we go. Yeah. So your first year of the second semester.
First year, second semester, I signed up for the lighting seminar.
Sick.
Because I wanted to. Some classes for lighting design weren't lining up with mine, so I was like, I just might as well take this so I can at least be immersed in that. Learn more about that place.
Yeah.
So I was kind of there. And it was kind of funny. Some of the students, some of the other people were like, "Why are you here?" And I'm like, "I just want to learn."
I just want to learn. Yeah. That's funny.
So I started doing this, and one we were talking like the updates on the shows. Some of the shows that were like already kicking off. Like they started the semester before,
right?
And now they're going to be starting early. The second semester.
Yeah.
And there was one show where they were like, "Hey, we need a programmer.
Okay.
We don't have a programmer yet. Does anybody want to do that?" And I was like, you know what? I already know some like digital softwares. I know how to do a lot of like the more like these technical stuff. I'm pretty good when it comes to learning like digital formats.
Yeah.
So I was like, screw it. Sure, I'll do it.
Yeah. Just a Hail Mary, huh? Just a leap of faith. Yeah.
So I got put onto the show, and it was a very good show for like a start. It's a very kind of simple show in terms of lighting.
What was it called?
It was Heracles.
Oh, okay. Fire.
Yeah, were you here for that one?
No, I wasn't, but I have heard of it. Yeah.
So I was the programmer for Heracles.
Sick.
Which
programming really, lights, as I'm assuming. Yeah.
I was a lighting programmer.
Sick.
What that means is I'm basically in charge of saying which lights turn on and off. I control the lighting board.
Yeah.
I'm basically the hands for the designer.
Sure.
So that the designer can focus on like actually designing.
Sure.
So he would just tell me like, hey, I want you to turn on these.
Turn these off. Turn these on. Yeah. Do this thing.
So I would cook like.
Totally. And that was your first experience with it.
That was my first experience with programming and with lighting design in general.
Right.
And the guy, my designer, he knew that I was new to this.
Yeah.
He was such a phenomenal mentor.
Oh gosh.
Alejandro Mendez.
That's awesome.
He was a fantastic guy. He would like actually like teach me through.
Right.
When he would like be like thinking through something, he would like explain it to me so that I could learn it.
Explain the process that he's going through.
And that's how I learned and that's how I learned how to program. For the first time. And after that show happened, and kind of like when you go back to watch the show, it's like it's just a viewer not working on it. It kind of started hitting me. I was like, oh crud. I really like this, and I'm actually not too bad at it.
Yeah.
Maybe this is the thing I want to do.
For sure.
So I kept doing it.
Right.
Next year happened. I signed up for the seminar again, took more
Sick.
lighting classes.
Sick.
And here I am.
What, the 2 years later?
Yeah, 2 years later, I'm here. I haven't really had the chance to do a lot of lighting design for theater.
I was actually about to ask you that. That was like my next question. Like now,
Yeah.
now knowing your experience with
Yeah,
it, have
yeah,
you
yeah.
designed any shows?
I haven't designed shows yet. I'm actually
Okay.
online, like ready to well, if they get approved, of course, I'm going to be doing one a week from now, hopefully,
Sick.
for a friend of mine who's just doing a reading in a coffee house.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
And then I'm going to be doing lighting and maybe scenic if they don't find anybody else
Sure.
for another coffee house show
Yeah.
later in the year.
So
but
a follow-up question then. Do you have like a have you created like a process? Like have you been working on like if you the next time you go to design a show, do you have
Yeah.
like a process that you're gonna go through?
yes.
Can you walk me through that process?
Yeah. So actually, with that, like, I haven't designed the show yet, but I
Yeah.
have been taking classes learning how to design. For a
Sure.
show.
Okay. Sick. Yeah.
All based around like from when you first get the script
Yeah.
to building a plot.
Okay.
Like how like that step-by-step process.
Yeah.
So kind of like the way I've been learning that, but also like the way that I like to go about things. For me, it's always like kind of read the script first.
Mm-hmm. Of course.
Just kind of get a good read down. Usually, I like to find adaptations.
Yeah.
Because I'm good at visualizing things in my head.
Yeah.
But if it's just me kind of like reading it, it can
Yeah.
sometimes be a little difficult.
Sure.
So I like to find adaptations of it.
Like to watch it.
Yeah, to
Yeah.
watch it. If it's a musical, especially,
Right. Yeah.
like
Yeah.
just
Yeah.
you
That's
find
always
a
helpful,
musical.
I think. That's how I feel about Shakespeare. Like I make a point to like read Shakespeare because it's important to be able to read it and understand it to an extent.
Yeah, but you never get it until
you never
watch
get
it.
it exactly. And that's how I am with like every show that I've been in. It's like I can read a script and understand the through line of it. Like this is how we
Yeah.
got here.
Yeah.
But it's like, but I don't understand it until I've like seen it.
Yeah, and
Or seen the scene that I'm in, or
Yes.
seen the whole or the play as a whole. Like once it's on my feet, that's when I like really get it.
Yeah, I actually took a class about like reading scripts and
Yeah.
reading like these shows in terms of text, like reading
Yeah.
them as a text. And that actually was a conversation of like
Yeah.
like scripts that are made, like scripts that are written to be performed and
Yeah.
scripts that are made to be
Right.
read. Which is a bit weird balance because especially
Yeah.
when you're trying to get like your script approved
Right.
for a show, it has to be something that could be understood just by
Just
reading
by
it.
reading it,
But
totally.
if you make it just for reading, then it can translate really weirdly,
really
to real life.
strangely into
So it's a
live
balance.
production. Yeah. That's really interesting. Yeah.
So that's what I like to do. And if it's a musical, I put the soundtrack on loop.
Okay. Sick.
Which,
Yeah.
thank God, sometimes they're really good soundtracks.
Right. Yeah.
Um,
That's funny.
It's how I got into Into the Woods.
Okay,
I really
sick.
like the
Oh,
music
okay,
for Into
fire.
the Woods. It's so good.
Yeah, it is good. Yeah.
So it's usually that. And then what I'm doing is, especially if I can like listen to it again, if
Yeah.
I'm listening to it, I draw it out.
Okay.
Oh
wow.
Usually the step would be like going on like Pinterest or something and like
Okay,
looking up
sure.
reference images. I am
That capture light in a certain way.
exactly.
Yeah.
Either lighting or like specific tones or
Okay.
looks or
Yeah.
like colors.
Yeah.
I'm pretty bad at finding reference images because I never
It's
know.
hard. No, it's hard.
I never know how to start looking.
Yeah, it's like, what do you look for? Lighting.
Yeah,
You
exactly.
know? Yeah.
I
That's
look up like
funny.
one word things that is like, oh, I'm gonna look for like betrayal. Or,
Yeah. You know what I think would be
sad.
helpful if
Yeah.
that you did? I think if you went and like watched like sporting events or like
Yeah,
esports
that would
events
probably help
or
a
like
lot.
or like some sort of live like tournament or something like
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
Or like the Super Bowl even.
Like the
you know
Super
what
Bowl,
I mean? Yeah. Another thing that I think, because I also have like this very photographic like brain. So I
Mhm.
get what you're saying when you can see it. Because when I do the same thing when I'm like reading a play. I can
Yeah.
like see it in my brain and see how like the movement of it to an extent, right?
Mhm.
So yeah, I really appreciate you saying that. That was
Yeah.
cool. And then
It's actually why I'm also bad at looking up for reference images because it's like
Yeah.
I have this specific look in my head and I can't find the image.
yeah.
So I draw it out.
Sleepy Poot, thanks for the follow. I appreciate it. Yeah, I do sometimes. I try to make an effort to check it. But
Yeah,
anyway,
yeah.
please continue.
Um,
We're talking about his process through lighting design.
yeah. So my step, like usually, if I can't find the images I'm looking for, I just draw it out.
Okay, sick.
I grew up doing a lot of drawing. I took a lot of art classes when I
Yeah.
was younger. I've been doing like visual arts longer than I have been even involved in theater.
Right.
I'm also I come from a very big film background, so
Okay,
I
cool.
visualize things a lot more in that kind of sense.
Yeah.
So that's what I always do. I always start drawing things out.
Yeah, totally.
Sometimes what happens is, especially in these classes, but not all, you don't always get it. Usually, if you get like a look at the set, or you get like those renders or models of the set.
Oh, of the
I would,
stage itself?
yeah,
or?
of the stage. What I would do is actually I start drawing over those drawings to see
Oh.
like how what certain lights and
Yeah.
visuals look like on the actual set, just by hand drawing it.
So that's from the set designer.
Exactly.
So the set designer sends you their stuff.
Exactly.
And then you draw on it.
Exactly.
Oh,
Yeah,
that's awesome.
so usually it'd be like my conceptual drawings, and then translating those drawings onto a scenic drawing or a scenic picture.
Yeah.
And then from there, I start planning out where I want these lights to go.
Yeah.
So I start. The first idea is angles and like the actual physical location of it. Of like, okay, in order to get this angle, it will roughly have to be like somewhere around like here.
Yeah.
So that's kind of like the second stage. I was like start planning out like, okay, I know what I want it to look like. How do I get something to make it look like that?
Okay.
And then once you have angles, you go into color.
Yeah.
And then fixtures.
I don't know what a fixture is.
Fixture is the actual light itself. In theater, we have tons of different types of lights.
Yeah.
Each of them from different brands, and each of them do any number of other things.
Yeah.
So like the first one is color. So like, where do I need color? Do I need color?
Right. Yeah.
And like, what kind of colors do I need?
Yeah. For sure.
So that's just kind of more of like part of that. That's part of like that illustrating process, like finding out the color.
Totally.
But when you get to the actual fixture, you start in a conversation of like, okay, does this light have like color changing built into it? If not, do I need to get gels?
And that's all hardware stuff, right?
That's a hardware.
Because you're talking about going from like a conceptual point, from like reading the play, understanding the images that you're saying, finding references, drawing the colors, and then drawing it on like the set. Now you're talking about like the hardware of it, right? Okay, sick.
And the hardware,
because I was actually very curious about the hardware process.
Yeah, and the hardware directly comes
I feel like these guys are secretly geniuses. Dude, we totally, yeah, absolutely. You have to be a genius to an extent to do this kind of career, you know?
You always got to be a little insane to do
literally,
cool things.
No, for sure. We're at an art school. We have to be insane.
Oh, yeah. So
the hardware.
So the hardware is like that next step. And that usually, again, that translates directly from those drawings.
Okay.
So like I know what it wants to look like. Now I just have to find the machine that would allow me to make that look.
Yeah.
Which is sometimes pretty easy. You can kind of, we have like default lights that you just kind of like, I need this. So you just kind of always have these. We have ones called Source 4s. Which are
so
kind of
like you have like the hardware like memorized.
Not memorized.
Okay.
Like I don't know like the spec detail, but I know more or less what something
like the name and what it can do to an extent.
So like a Source 4 Lico is the most common light that we use. They're one of the older brands.
Okay.
Older brands / models.
Yeah.
If you look up like a theater light, it's like the titular one.
Yeah.
You know, it's kind of like
the vaguely
vaguely cylindrical.
Yeah.
With like it has like shutters, so you can like angle the light a little bit.
Yeah.
Super classic light. That's the classic one we use. And it has like this really pretty, like it's originally incandescent and then eventually got converted to LED.
Okay.
But with the LED, they try to match the look of the incandescent because it has this really beautiful amber.
Okay. Sick.
And it has a lot of different, like the barrels. It's like a camera barrel.
Yeah.
So you get different barrels with lenses.
Yeah.
To control like the actual like angle and spread of the light.
Yeah.
And they're the default. They're the one everybody uses because they're so good at it.
Yeah.
Like they're basic,
pretty universal. It sounds like they can do a lot, which is helpful.
You can do a lot with them, and then they have their cousin called the Source Forward Par, or the Source 4 Par, which is like like those lights that are just kind of like a circle.
Yeah,
that's a Par.
Okay.
It's just kind of the car. It's just a can with a light in it.
That's so sick.
So that's like the standard ones. But then after you get that, you start figuring out like what are the special lights that I need, right? So I have lights that are just kind of like front lights.
Yeah.
They would just like light the stage so you can just like see what's happening on the stage.
Yeah.
And then you start going into like for angles, for looks. So you start trying to figure out like what can you do with a Source 4? Like what can you do with like a Lico? It's kind of the basic like.
And you've worked with all these before, I'm assuming.
Yes.
Yeah.
Even though I haven't designed shows, I've been working on all of the shows.
Oh, okay.
Either as part of Electric's crew.
Sick.
Basically, I got paid by the school to help put on the shows.
Sick.
Or as a master electrician.
Okay. Yeah.
For sure. Is basically as a master electrician. That's kind of what I've been doing mostly for these shows recently.
Yeah.
As master electrician, my job is to translate basically what the designer wants into the real world.
For sure.
So it's getting all the lights, hanging all of them to the specifications.
Yeah.
And most importantly, it's like cabling everything. So like everything's actually getting power, everything's actually getting data.
Yeah.
That's kind of my main role. So like I am very aware and conscious now of like the actual physical capabilities of these things.
No, I hear the knowledge and the confidence that you're saying all this in. Like because I don't think I could do that. You know what I mean? I think it would.
Yeah,
I mean, I'm sure I could with
probably
time
could,
for
yeah.
sure, but I've
Um,
always just found it so fascinating, like lighting. It to me as an actor, because that's obviously my métier, but
mhm.
I've always seen the lighting designer and the master electrician as like these mystical beings that just like
Yeah, like they're just kind of there. Like they just
yeah,
kind of like they show up and suddenly
they
it's
do their
working, and it's
fucking
like
job and
okay,
things are work. Yeah, yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
yeah, yeah.
That's funny.
And
Really quick, I saw this video the other day that was like lighting operators and all those people, like your job
mhm.
is a trade.
Oh
Yeah,
yes,
obviously,
absolutely.
and somebody had just on social media had just like discovered that, so they made like a video of them in like a vest, like one of the bright ones,
Oh yeah, like
and a
a high
construction
vis,
hat,
yeah, and
and
like
they're like playing like blue collar music, like country music, and he's like holding a light and shit. It was really
ironic. But
funny.
like here's the thing, that's not too far off.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. That's why
Our
I thought it was
uniform.
funny. Yeah,
I mean, actually, do have like a
literally,
high vis
you
jacket. I
have one
don't use
as
it
we
for theater. I
speak.
use that for cycling.
That's
But
funny.
like we do wear hard hats in the theater, because we have to. We have a
Yeah,
lot of stuff that are above our heads that like any one of those things. Like if you're working on it, if it goes wrong, that's just gonna, yeah,
yeah, for sure.
you don't want that to happen.
Yeah, no,
So
for
like we
sure.
do wear hard hats. We don't really wear like high vis jackets unless you're
Yeah,
like a TD in a
for
mod.
sure. Yeah, yeah.
But like that is a thing that we do have to like consider. Actually, if you always know who's a theater tech, because like if you go into like a theater or like a stage or anything like that,
Yeah.
you know who's a theater tech because they're always gonna be dressed in black.
Right. No,
Black is the
literally
actor's black is the tech's
that is
uniform.
like 101 the theater person or the theater like
Yeah, yeah,
crew
yeah.
member, yeah, for
Yeah,
sure.
like you take it like an engineer,
Yeah.
swap out the high vis jacket for a black
Literally.
shirt.
Yeah,
That's
that's
the
it.
theater tech.
That's funny.
But yeah,
I'm curious of like what challenges you face, right? Um
oof, yeah,
yeah, because again, lighting design to me is like this mystical faraway thing. And so I'm very curious as to like what you find difficult
yeah.
about that career.
Oh yeah, I think especially like in the actual like when you're actually working on it, there's kind of three main ones that like
Yeah.
they either go great or they're really difficult.
Okay.
And sometimes you get a good middle ground, but usually it's either great or pretty bad.
Yeah.
Um, so those are time, budget,
Mm.
and communication. Time is the biggest one.
For sure. Yeah.
Designing a show, you have to be really careful about what you're doing. You have to do a lot of planning.
Yeah.
Sometimes you don't get the time to do that planning.
Just to recap, I asked, what is the biggest challenge that you face in this career? I don't know if you guys caught that, but let's just go back from there.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. You were saying
Uh,
there was three.
Yeah, so there's three. So it's time,
Yeah.
budget, and communication.
Yeah. I
Um,
can already imagine why those are difficult.
yeah, so time is kind of like the one of the first ones of
Yeah.
like it's time to plan, time to draw everything out,
Yeah.
and time to just like get everything like where you want it to be, get those specifications done.
Yeah.
And basically know like as soon as like because as soon as you have it planned out and you give that to an electrician to hang it,
Yeah.
it's almost out of your hands.
Yeah.
You just kind of gotta hope that it gets hung. Sometimes
Right.
you can do revisions, but because of it's such a hassle to hang
Yeah.
lights, you generally want to make sure it's as good as
Yeah.
possible.
And as an electrician, you've experienced that.
Yes,
You get a project from a designer and something happens.
exactly.
Yeah.
A pretty common thing that happens is there's a lot of sprinklers in some of the theaters that we work in. So
Oh,
like if you
wow.
don't plan out for a sprinkler, you're kind of screwed
Oh
because
wow, that's interesting.
you can't hang some lights in your sprinklers
Yeah.
because some sprinklers like we have like some sprinklers are activated by like smoke or carbon
Yeah.
dioxide. Some sprinklers, like the ones we have here, are actually set off by heat,
Oh.
and these lights get hot.
hot. Yeah.
I mean, as
yeah,
an
yeah.
actor, you know how hot they are
For
just
sure.
standing
Just
under a light.
standing under them. Yeah, literally.
The actual light itself is like burning.
No, yeah. I can imagine.
So there's actually have like okay, we can't put these lights too close to the sprinkler, or
Yeah.
else they're just actually gonna
It's
set
gonna
it off.
burst. Yeah.
So like that's one of the things. Like that's just some of those planning things that happen that
That's so
again you
interesting.
don't always get time for.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
And then as an electrician, more kind of what I do more regularly, it's timing everything so like everything can be ready, hung, tested,
Yeah.
focused, all of that stuff before tech, and you just kind of gotta hope
Before
that
tech.
everything goes perfect. That you have
Oof.
a really big inconsistency that can sometimes again it's like that great or awful.
Yeah.
Is labor.
Yeah.
Sometimes you get a day where you have like 10 people ready to work with you
Sure.
and you just get everything nailed
Everything
out
done
immediately.
quick. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Sometimes it's just you and a ladder.
Oh my god. That sounds fucking stressful.
it can get pretty bad. It's a lot of hours.
Yeah.
It is not irregular to stay like past midnight. The other day, me and my designer, like tech finished, everybody went home. Me and him
Yeah.
stayed like an extra like 2 hours.
Jeez.
Um,
Doing what?
we were just having to like refocus some lights, just work some things out. We
Yeah.
hung 4 more lights.
Wow.
Just
I
to
didn't
make
realize it was that complicated.
it can be quite a lot.
Yeah.
That's why I always recommend people take those electric screw work.
Sure.
Because
Yeah.
it's a great time for especially actors
Yeah.
to learn more about what's going on like behind the scenes.
Behind
They
the
can be
scenes,
more
yeah.
familiar with.
That's part of the reason why I asked you to do this interview.
Yeah.
It's because I'm clueless to that side of it.
Yeah, and from what I hear, that's also kind of the purpose behind Run Crew.
Sure.
Because I know that's something we do. That's
I've done
not too
Spotlight
common.
before too.
Yeah,
So I
like
get that,
I know Run Crew is just kind of like, hey, we're gonna have these actors who are just kind of
Yay,
here.
Stream is back.
Yay! Like these actors who are just kind of there, especially the first years who are not being cast for shows. So like, hey, so they learn more about like what actually goes into making the shows happen.
Yeah.
Which is great. It's really good for the actors, and it's really good for us because it makes our job easier.
For
because
sure.
now we
Because
know
you have
that
people to work with.
Yeah, we have people to work with, and we have people who, at least to some level, understand what's going on.
For sure.
After a while, I actually have some Run Crew people, like not some electric crew people, who are actors.
Yeah.
Who can actually hold a conversation about these things.
For sure.
Because they've been doing it for like a few months now.
Yeah, for sure.
And now like when I say like I need a source 60 degree with a twist lock, a blue twist lock.
They know what that means. Idea what you're talking about.
Yeah. But they like somebody would know what that means now, and that just makes everything so much faster.
Yeah, for sure. Efficiency.
But again, that's a time thing. That's time for the person to learn the experience.
Yeah. So what was the next challenge then?
The next challenge is budget.
Right.
Getting the money to do everything is its own situation.
Yeah, that's a whole. We could go into a deep dive.
That's just a big deep dive of that one's probably the most self-explanatory too, though. It's like sometimes a show only gets a certain amount of budget.
Yeah.
Exactly. And now you're working on this show and you have like a cut, like this little bit of budget to do what you need.
Yeah.
Which would otherwise have to do like you could do over like a much bigger budget. But now you're just scraping by with whatever money you have.
Yeah.
I've actually been working on the Halloween parties. I worked on this year and last year.
Okay, sick.
This last Halloween,
I love that Halloween party.
The Halloween parties are great. This last Halloween, I designed the main entrance and the bar area.
Fire.
I did that with $0. I spent no money of my own. Like, well, I spent money, but it wasn't my money.
Right.
It was like a different budget.
Yeah.
Of my budget, I spent no money.
Sick.
Because I used like old equipment, recycled like gels. Everything I used was stuff that I already had. Things that I had saved, some things that like the productions had saved.
Yeah.
So
that's sick.
Yeah,
that's
that's just something you just gotta learn how to do.
Yeah,
you just gotta learn how to budget.
Yeah, and just use what you have.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So that's budget. It's kind of that one's the most self-explanatory. Like you need money to do things.
Of course. Yeah.
And the last one is communication.
Yeah.
This is that's one of the ones that can affect all the other two.
Yeah, for sure.
Being able to talk with everybody and have the information you need is so important.
Especially the designers, like the director, everybody. Yeah.
Like if I need to put a light somewhere, and then there was like, say like I need to hang a light somewhere and there was a scenic element that I wasn't told about. I have to halt hanging to go talk with the scenic designer and more importantly, my lighting designer. Say like, hey, this thing is here. What do we do?
Yeah.
A very big one that happens is with sound actually, because we share a lot of the same space, like that roof area.
Oh.
So it's like, if we haven't planned out for sound, like for the sound equipment. We're gonna have a light. We're gonna have a light that was hung right where a speaker is.
Yeah.
So it's like, okay, there's a speaker in the way. Where do we do that? Like, what do we do now? So you have to just you just pause. You have to pause hang.
Yeah.
To have a small meeting with your lighting designer. It's like, hey, where's this gonna go?
Yeah.
And that goes through every step of the process.
Jeez.
Because it's relating. There's like, hey, what lights work best with what set? What colors are good with each costume?
So this is my artist on artist live interview, and where I interview other artists. Gerardo here is a lighting designer. I am an actor. Yeah, that's what we do.
But yeah, like communication, that is every step of the process.
Yeah.
And like this is even coming from me, who like I have so little experience in this.
Yeah.
Again, I have next to nothing experience compared to some of the people I study with.
Well, that's what you're in school for.
But that's what I'm in school for. Yeah. But like that communication is such a base level thing.
Yeah.
That can either go great or again, either goes great or it doesn't.
Yeah.
And anything as simple as miscommunication can derail a
Of course.
show.
Yeah.
Forgetting to say something
Yeah.
just halts
That
something
sounds
for a
so
day.
frustrating. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm very fortunate that I get to work with some people who understand that.
Yeah, for sure.
They get that and they can work together with
For
that.
sure.
But like
There's
sometimes
people that
you
don't.
never don't.
Yeah.
Yeah. Um,
So what's your experience when you're in tech as a lighting person?
Me as a master electrician, it's kind of just it's sitting around waiting for something to happen for me.
Okay. Yeah.
Again, I'm the electrician, so I'm not handling the actual design aspects.
Yeah.
My job is mainly like just making sure nothing blows up.
Yeah, for sure.
So
So then do you have like a strategy in place for yourself so that when you get the opportunity to go into a tech rehearsal, you can be as efficient as possible?
yes. One thing we do normally, there's actually kind of what's like the standard of like the tech system of everybody.
Yeah.
You start just making notes of everything that needs to be done.
Yeah.
So that like kind of what I usually do is because I'm mostly sitting around during rehearsals,
Yeah.
not doing a lot.
Yeah.
What I'm usually doing is planning out what I'm gonna do,
Yeah.
so that when we hit a break, like as soon as they say like, "Oh, break, be back in 10 minutes," I get up and just run to do the thing I need to do.
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
what I
yeah.
do.
Yeah, that
I
makes
just
sense.
run, fix the thing, da 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 da. Hope I get it done in 10 minutes. Go back. If I
And
don't,
then go back.
next
Yeah, yeah,
break,
yeah.
immediately go back.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
There's some phrasings I like to that I like that some of my friends say. It's hurry up and wait.
Oh,
Is where you have to like show up super early and be
yep.
on time to do
To
nothing
do
for a second
nothing,
until
yeah.
suddenly you have to do
Until
something.
something you have to do something, yeah.
And that's my experience
Wow.
as a master electrician.
Yeah.
On a more lighting side, again, I haven't done a lot of shows, but again, I've done
Sure.
Halloween.
I'm
I've
sure
worked
you
on
will.
Halloween.
Yeah, yeah.
With those, it's just kind of like keeping an eye on everything, making sure everything looks how you want it to look.
Yeah.
And being a programmer, especially, I got to experience this kind of secondhand from the designer. It's looking at like being able to look at something, take it all in, and make decisions in like 2 seconds. Which in tech, it's for the designers. Like
Yeah.
tech is for the designers to make
But
everything
you're
look
still
good.
fighting the time.
Yeah, but you're still fighting time, and then like everybody's usually waiting for you.
Yeah.
The classic like, oh, we're just waiting for lights.
Yeah.
Like it's kind of a joke, but it's also like as a lighting designer that feels like a bit of a rush because it feels like you're holding
there's
everybody.
pressure, yeah.
Even though again, that's the point.
That's the point of the tech. Yeah,
That's the point of tech. So
which is why as an actor I'm never impatient. You know what I mean?
So you gotta be able to just make these snap decisions of like
Yeah.
I want it to look like this, but also be confident enough
Yeah.
to just say like, hey, just wait a second, we're working on this, just give me 2 seconds.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I need time.
I need time to just do this. Like just give me a second.
Yeah.
And that's another part of communication. Like if you're not comfortable being able to ask for just for a little more time to work, then there's something wrong with the communication.
Yeah, for sure.
Because that needs to be in there
It's
as an
important.
understanding of like, hey, this needs to get done.
Yeah.
Please just give me a
Everyone
second.
should be on the same page. Exactly.
Yeah.
So then my next question for you is, considering the fact that you're in your this is your last year?
No, I got
So
one more year.
This year and then the fall and one more year?
Yeah.
Okay, sick.
I'm currently in the process of hopefully graduating in the fall. So that's
awesome.
gonna be sick.
Oh, sick. So you graduate this year in the fall?
Pretty much, yeah.
Oh, wow, that's awesome.
So hopefully, if everything works
right,
out,
right, of course. So then what's your plan after that?
My plan after that, I'm gonna go looking for work. I'm probably gonna move back to my hometown. Go back to Tucson.
Yeah.
Find some work there. There's some pretty good theaters in Tucson.
Yeah.
We have the Centennial Hall, which is part of the university.
Yeah.
Which is basically our Broadway theater. So we have a lot of like touring productions that go there.
Yeah,
big ones. Like last year or something, Cats came by, which is awesome.
Yeah.
I love Cats.
Yeah, that is a trippy musical for sure.
So there's musicals that always go through there as part of like because of that relation to the school. And it's just a big theater.
Yeah.
So Centennial Hall would be awesome to find something.
For sure.
We have some smaller theaters. We have Unscrewed Theater, which is like an improv theater.
Yeah.
Arts Express, which is like they do actual shows, but it's a lot smaller scale.
Yeah.
It's kind of like the typical like we have like it's like the wine and dine theater.
Yeah.
So we have like tables where people can sit and they get like like little meals, maybe just some wine or something.
Yeah.
And then there's like a show. So I'm just gonna go and just find some work there.
Yeah.
Depending on how some things work out, which is like some agreements that happen.
Yeah.
There's a chance I'll go back to Mexico.
Okay.
I'll find some work there.
Yeah.
But one of my main goals, like me personally, in terms of my career paths, I actually want to get into lighting.
Yeah.
For film. And animation.
Fire.
Animation has its own lighting design thing. It's its own process.
Yeah.
Lighting design in film is actually pretty tied to the rest of it.
Yeah.
I kind of looked some of it up in like some of like the Disney website, like the website
Yeah.
for Disney for lighting designers.
Sure.
It's under part of like shot production.
Yeah.
Because when you're doing lighting for like 3D animations, especially, you're basically building the environment.
Yeah.
Like, yes, the world is built for you. Like they build the models and
For
all that
sure.
stuff. But in terms of lighting, you're like actually like, okay, what does this world kind of look like? How
Yeah.
does it feel like? What are like
Yeah.
the temperatures, the moods, the vibes?
Sure.
Very similar to what we do on theater. But
Of
in
course.
animation, it's a lot more direct.
It's a lot. Yeah.
Because
There's
in
a
theater,
lot
you're
more elements. It sounds like. Yeah.
Because in theater, you're kind of like working off of real
Yeah.
world physics. So
Sure.
you're like that's kind of limited, but it's also like you know how everything's gonna work.
Yeah. Yeah.
In
Yeah.
animation, you have 100%
Yeah.
control of the lights, so
Yeah.
it can be a lot more tedious and harder
Sure.
because there's a lot more detail, but you have a lot more control over it, and you
Yeah.
can just do a lot cooler.
You sound
things.
really excited about it. Yeah.
I do. I'm taking like that's why I'm taking some of those animation classes. I
Yeah.
just want to learn how to do that.
Sick.
And I love film. I got into film a lot
Yeah.
earlier than theater. I
Yeah.
love watching movies.
Same.
I watch as much TV as I can.
Yeah.
For research purposes.
Right. Research, of course.
But I love movies. I've watched all of those, like the documentary behind
Yeah.
movies.
Sick.
Recommendation for everybody and you.
What?
A documentary on Disney Plus called Light and Magic.
Okay. I think I've heard of it.
It's
Yeah.
the
Yeah.
history of ILM,
Okay.
the studio that George Lucas created for Star
Okay.
Wars.
Oh, yes.
That later then made all of the Star Wars
Yes.
movies.
Yes. Yes. Yes.
Indiana Jones,
Yes.
E.T., all of those
Yes,
big
yes,
movies.
Yes. Big
ILM,
studio.
great VFX studio. Obviously, they're still kicking because they're still just making the best movies imaginable.
Yeah.
That's such a great documentary.
No,
it's a
for
great
sure.
breakdown of just
I'll
like,
definitely
the
check it
history of
out.
the stuff.
I'll definitely give it a watch. So, my final question for you is, oh my God, I totally had it and it slipped. Hold on, hold on, come back. Basically, what I want to ask you is, where do you want to see yourself? Like, where's like the dream position to be in 100% of the time? Like, if you could pick one thing to do the rest of your life in this career, where would it be?
Ooh. Honestly, I actually really like being a master electrician.
See? Yeah.
It's a lot of work.
Yeah.
It's a lot of stress, but it's kind of fun. Again, I said it earlier. I like being hands-on.
For sure.
I like just working with things.
Yeah. For
and
sure.
being an electrician, you know, I am the second most knowledgeable about any show.
Sure.
Second to the lighting designer themselves.
Yeah.
I would love to design a show.
Yeah.
Again, I'm planning on designing my show.
For sure.
But where I am right now, I just really enjoy doing electrical work.
Yeah.
It does a lot of things I like to do.
Yeah.
It mixes a lot of that art stuff.
Yeah.
I come from a very STEM background.
For sure.
So I love science.
Yeah,
Physics
me
is my
too.
favorite course.
Sick.
So I just get to do a lot of that stuff that I already love, that's already interesting me. And it's a field that I can never stop learning.
For sure. That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's a great answer. Well, Gerardo, thank you, my friend. It was a pleasure.
Thank you for having me.
Of course.
This is an honor.
No,
It's
of course.
awesome.
Thank you. Yeah, of course. Yeah, I appreciate you saying that.
Yeah.
And again, I am Ivan Quesada, the host of this podcast. Mr. Flames96 on all social media. Shoot me a follow if you dare. And again, that was awesome. Thank you, my friend. Peace.
Mind if I plug?
Yeah, please.
I'm Gerardo. I have my art account on social media, Eldritch Raccoon on Instagram.
Eldritch Raccoon. Okay. I follow you, but I didn't realize how to pronounce that at first.
Oh.
That's sick, though. I like that. I did see some of your art earlier. It was delightful.
Thank you.
All right. We are out of here. Bye,
Thank you,
everyone.
guys.